Ages 75 to 85. If you still do these 6 things, you're truly one of a kind. I urge you to pay very close attention to these words because a day will come, without any prior warning, when your physical body may still be very much alive and well, yet your very essence of life, your connection to the world, can quietly begin to slip away around you. I am Henry, 84 years old, and over the course of the last decade, I've had the unique opportunity to observe 2 distinct ways people approach their later years. There are those who reach the impressive age of 80 and beyond, still filling rooms with their hearty laughter, still finding joy in preparing their own meals, confidently navigating the aisles of grocery stores, never forgetting a birthday, and waking up each morning with a profound sense of connection to the world and to themselves. Their spirits remain vibrant and engaged. Then, there are others who, tragically, begin to slowly fade, long before their actual physical passing. Their personal world constricts, their bodies become noticeably weaker, their voices grow softer, almost as if they are retreating from interaction. And the most frightening, perhaps even insidious, aspect of this decline is that for the vast majority, it doesn't even start with a debilitating disease or a sudden health crisis. Instead, it begins subtly, with a collection of tiny, seemingly insignificant daily habits that nobody ever thinks are dangerous or problematic. My name is Henry, and at 84 years old, I feel compelled to share with you 6 small, yet incredibly powerful habits that I have personally witnessed in older adults who not only maintain, but truly thrive, remaining mentally sharp, emotionally vibrant, and physically independent well into their 80s and beyond. Researchers sometimes refer to these remarkable individuals as super-agers, but honestly, most of them appear quite ordinary. They aren't marathon runners or extreme athletes. They're not relying on some miraculous supplement or experimental treatment. What most of them are doing is simply and consistently protecting a set of small, everyday routines that subtly but powerfully keep their brain, body, and spirit deeply connected to the richness of life. And here's a crucial point that many people often overlook. The habits that quietly chip away at our ability to age well often seem completely harmless at first glance. Aging, you see, doesn't typically collapse all at once in a dramatic fashion. It leaks away, little by little, slowly eroding through routines that are neglected and forgotten. Before we delve deeper into these essential habits, if the idea of maintaining your independence and vitality after the age of 70 resonates with you, please take a moment to like this video. It's important because many people genuinely don't realize they are gradually losing their freedom until someone else, perhaps a loved one, starts to notice it first. Now, let's begin with the very first habit. And truthfully, this particular one profoundly changed my own life in ways I never anticipated. Morning light and renewed purpose. People who age exceptionally well, particularly those past 75, make a conscious effort to expose themselves to morning light almost immediately after waking up. This isn't just a casual act, it's a deliberate ritual performed before they glance at the television, before they absorb any potential bad news, and crucially, before they sit alone allowing anxious thoughts to take hold. They make it a point to open their curtains wide, or even step outside, allowing the direct daylight to hit their eyes. A few years ago, following the passing of my dear wife, Eleanor, I unknowingly fell into a terrible and self-destructive routine. I started waking up later and later, keeping the curtains firmly closed, leaving the house steeped in a gloomy darkness until almost noon. Some mornings I would simply sit in profound silence, mindlessly scrolling through news headlines, sipping cold coffee while still in my robe. And slowly, imperceptibly at first, something dangerous began to unfold within me. My sleep quality deteriorated significantly. My energy levels plummeted, leaving me feeling constantly drained. My legs, once strong, felt heavier and heavier with each passing week, making every movement an effort. One morning, my grandson walked into the kitchen, paused, and in a quiet, innocent voice asked, "Grandpa, why does it always feel so dark in here?" That simple sentence hit me with far more force than he could have ever realized, because in that moment, I suddenly saw it too. The house no longer felt alive, and neither, I realized with a profound sense of sadness, did I. Sometimes, the very first symptom of decline isn't a physical weakness, but rather a slow, creeping withdrawal from life itself. That same morning, I forced myself to walk through every room, pulling open every curtain, letting the sun flood the spaces. Sunlight streamed across the walls, dust motes danced visibly in the air, and for the first time in what felt like months, my home felt awake again. Researchers now have a deep understanding of how morning light plays a critical role in regulating essential hormones like serotonin and melatonin, impacting sleep quality, emotional balance, and even cognitive functions like memory. But on a deeper, more emotional level, it does something even more fundamental. It sends a powerful, primal signal to the brain. Life is still moving forward. This light reminds our entire nervous system that the world still expects us to participate, to engage, to be a part of its vibrant unfolding. A gentle start for a sensitive system. Now, let's move to the second habit. This one sounds incredibly simple, almost too obvious, yet it quietly revolutionizes how older bodies effectively handle the inevitable stresses of daily life. Superagers consistently begin their day gently, rather than aggressively rushing into it. Their mornings often involve warm tea or warm water, slow, deliberate movements, and quiet, reflective routines. Most younger individuals don't fully grasp just how profoundly sensitive the nervous system becomes after the age of 75. I recall one particularly freezing winter morning when I, perhaps foolishly, drank ice water immediately after waking up, convinced it would jolt me awake faster. Instead, my hands instantly stiffened, my stomach cramped uncomfortably, and I felt an inexplicable sense of anxiety that lingered for nearly an hour afterward. That uncomfortable morning taught me an invaluable lesson. Aging bodies respond far better to comfort and gentle transitions than they do to sudden shocks. After 80, a sense of calm doesn't just feel good, it truly becomes a form of medicine, a necessary balm for the nervous system. So now, every single morning, I take my time boiling water slowly, holding the warm cup with both hands, and sitting peacefully near the window as the house gradually comes to life around me. Just 10 minutes of quiet, unhurried peace, that's all it takes. But emotionally, those 10 minutes have utterly transformed my entire day, setting a tone of tranquility, resilience. This is crucial because many older adults aren't primarily exhausted physically. Rather, they are often exhausted emotionally first. The cumulative burden of constant low-grade stress, relentless noise, and a persistent undercurrent of fear about the future can be profoundly draining. These small, calming morning rituals act as a vital shield, protecting the delicate nervous system and warding off anxiety before it has a chance to take hold and dominate the entire day. And if you're still with me, please consider subscribing to this channel. The next habits I'm about to share may very well help you avoid one of the loneliest and most isolating parts of aging, a situation most people never see coming until it tragically befalls them. Protecting the pillars of independence, muscle strength. Here is the third habit, and this one, more than almost any other, can truly determine whether many individuals retain their cherished independence or eventually find themselves dependent on others for even the most basic daily tasks. Healthy older adults intentionally and diligently protect their muscle mass. They don't do this because they aspire to have impressively sculpted bodies, but rather because, after the age of 80, muscle truly becomes synonymous with survival itself. A dear friend of mine named Walter learned this harsh truth in the most painful way imaginable. At 81, he still appeared healthy enough from the outside. He was thin, neat, and reasonably active. But one rainy afternoon, while stepping off a curb outside a pharmacy, he slipped and fell. Despite his best efforts, he simply couldn't push himself back up. He later admitted something truly heartbreaking to me. "Henry, that was the first moment I truly realized my own body could no longer rescue itself." Weakness, you see, often humiliates people and strips them of their dignity long before it fully disables them. After the age of 70, muscle mass naturally declines year after year, and when older adults predominantly consume foods like toast, sugary snacks, processed meals, or even skip meals entirely, the body loses strength far faster than most people can possibly imagine. This insidious weakness builds up quietly, almost unnoticed, for years. Suddenly, opening a simple jar becomes a struggle. Stairs feel incredibly steeper, requiring immense effort. Standing up from a comfortable chair demands significant exertion. And then, one day, even children start to notice, asking questions like, "Grandpa, why can't you get up?" That moment, when even the innocent observe your decline, is the truly dangerous and heartbreaking part. But older adults who manage to stay remarkably strong after 80 usually do something remarkably simple, yet profoundly effective. They prioritize protein early in the day. Eggs, yogurt, nuts, beans, small, consistent efforts toward rebuilding. Because strength after 80 isn't built through sporadic bursts of motivation. It's meticulously built through daily, unwavering repetition. Every single breakfast, in essence, is either actively protecting your independence or quietly weakening it. The power of engaged hands. Now, let's consider the fourth habit. This one actually quite shocked me when I first truly understood its profound implications. People who age gracefully and effectively continue to use their hands every single day. This isn't about complex crafts. It's about engaging in mundane, everyday activities. Cooking a meal, tending a garden, folding laundry with care, writing notes by hand, carefully buttoning a shirt. These tiny, seemingly insignificant physical actions actually stimulate massive, interconnected areas of the brain that are vital for coordination, memory, and overall awareness. However, the relentless march of modern convenience is quietly, insidiously, stealing these crucial movements away from us. Delivery apps bring meals to our door. Frozen dinners eliminate the need for preparation. Slip-on shoes negate the act of tying laces. And machines now perform almost every household task. Slowly but surely, many older adults cease to physically participate in the very fabric of life itself. After Eleanor died, I virtually stopped cooking altogether. My life became a monotonous cycle of microwave dinners, plastic forks, and paper plates. One evening, I had a stark realization. I hadn't chopped a single vegetable or written anything by hand in almost 3 full weeks. My life had become frighteningly passive. The brain, it seems, ages faster when life becomes effortless and devoid of physical engagement. So I deliberately forced myself back into these simple physical routines. Stirring soup slowly, methodically watering my plants, peeling apples, even repairing tiny broken things around the house. And strangely, wonderfully, my mind began to feel sharper again, more engaged, more alive. Because movement isn't merely physical, it profoundly keeps the brain emotionally connected to a sense of purpose and meaning. The unseen strength of voice. Here is the fifth habit, and honestly, I believe this may be the single most emotionally important one in this entire discussion. People who age well continue to use their voice every single day. They make it a point to greet people warmly, exchange jokes with cashiers, read aloud from books or newspapers, and even sing quietly to themselves. While cooking, even if they live entirely alone. A year after my wife passed away, I had a terrifying realization one night. I understood that I had barely spoken a single word out loud for almost 2 full days. There had been no phone calls, no visitors, no casual conversations, just an oppressive, heavy silence. And that silence felt overwhelmingly heavy in the house. But even more so, it felt heavy inside my own chest, suffocating my spirit. Silence, I have come to believe, ages people faster than any wrinkle ever will. Many older adults profoundly underestimate the insidious damage that isolation slowly inflicts upon the mind. The less people speak, the more disconnected they often become. Not just socially, but profoundly emotionally, from the vibrant world around them. But healthy older adults actively interrupt that silence with deliberate intention. They greet neighbors with genuine warmth. They talk to their pets as if they are cherished companions. They laugh heartily during even the smallest conversations. These are tiny sounds, tiny moments, yet they are immensely powerful on an emotional level. Because your voice, you see, is not merely a tool for communication. It is living proof that a vital part of you is still actively reaching outward, engaging with life, and claiming your place within it. Before I reveal the final, crucial habit, please subscribe and turn on notifications. The next video I release may very well help you avoid another silent mistake that unfortunately causes many older adults to lose their independence much earlier than they ever should. Cultivating anticipation, the horizon of tomorrow. And finally, here is the last and sixth habit, the one that, in my estimation, may matter more than all the others combined. People who manage to stay mentally sharp and truly alive after the age of 80 consistently continue to look forward to something small yet meaningful every single day. This could be anything from savoring a favorite breakfast to feeding the birds outside, making a call to their beloved grandchildren, visiting a local bakery for a special treat, or settling in to watch a football game on a Sunday afternoon. These are tiny anticipations, small but powerful reasons to keep moving forward, to embrace each new day. Because the real, insidious danger of aging isn't simply physical decline, as challenging as that may be. It is, perhaps more gravely, emotional disengagement. People often stop anticipating life, stop looking forward to its joys, long before they actually stop living it. Dopamine, one of the brain's most critical motivation chemicals, is powerfully activated when we genuinely look forward to something, when we have something to anticipate. And many older adults, tragically, slowly lose that vital feeling without ever truly realizing what is happening. Their days become repetitive, entirely predictable, and emotionally empty. The future, in essence, shrinks emotionally long before the body even begins to decline physically. But healthy older adults understand this intuitively and carefully protect this sense of anticipation. Because emotionally, fostering anticipation keeps the brain intimately connected to tomorrow, to the promise of what is yet to come. So, please remember this profound truth. None of these habits are dramatic or revolutionary in their appearance. That is precisely why most people underestimate their immense power. But when repeated consistently, day in and day out, over the course of years, they quietly and undeniably decide the quality of how you will age. Light, warmth, strength, movement, voice, and anticipation. These tiny, seemingly insignificant habits become nothing less than emotional survival after the age of 80. I'm Henry, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.